Hello to everyone out in the audience. Welcome to the Simply Bowie Magazine. Today I have another great show ahead of us. It is going to be a spectacular show. I have NuPath Healthcare and Wellness joining us today. The owner is Owen Gardner, and this is going to be a great show on health and wellness, right in time for the peak season. Owen, welcome to the show today. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. I'm so happy you're here joining us today with the show, Simply Bowie Magazine.
Okay.
And I want you to introduce yourself and tell us about who you are and with your fabulous health and wellness center located right here in the heart of Bowie, Maryland.
All right. Thank you. So my name is Owen Gardner, and I'm thrilled to be here today with Simply Bowie Magazine. We are a health and wellness spa in Bowie, located in the township of Bowie.
Okay.
And we are very big on wellness. And so we are a company that decided to attend to the needs of the folks in Bowie, since we felt that they didn't have what we were looking for, which is something that would pay attention to mind, body, and soul. And so with mind, body, and soul, our spa offers primary care services.
Okay.
We offer mental health services.
Okay.
And the twist with the mental health services is after the pandemic, there were so many people with anxiety and stress, and they just needed to figure out a way of coping and dealing with all of the stressors of life. And so that was the component that we thought was so vital to adding to NuPathway MedSpa and Wellness, is adding the component of mental health and wellness.
Awesome.
And after we did that, we thought, hey, who doesn't want to look good? You know, after you've taken care of yourself physically and you've taken care of yourself mentally, then of course the aesthetics is a big portion of our day-to-day life.
Okay.
So we offer full aesthetic services.
Wow. Break those services down for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a lot, but so we started off with offering weight loss services.
Okay.
And so with weight loss services, after you've lost a certain amount of weight, then sometimes you may have loose skin, or you may not like the way you look anymore because you've now went through this huge change in your diet and the way you present yourself. And so we decided we needed to have aesthetic products that would actually help you grow into your own. And so we came up with having a laser that actually does skin tightening.
Nice.
And so when you have the loose skin, it tightens the skin. And and
it's
sometimes
like
when you go to and sometimes when you go to the gym, you may have those stubborn areas that you can do 101 crunches and you still can't get that area. So we have this machine called microneedling that gets that stubborn fat in those areas.
You're right about that, because you could do abs for days and days, and your stomach fat is still there. Yes.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I love that. Okay, I love that you have that service.
So it'll give it kind of gives you a little help and a little push.
Okay.
So the microneedling will help you burn fat cells, and then we have another machine which is skin resurfacing.
Okay.
So that helps
Skin
with people
resurfacing.
with who have major issues with acne, or they just may have blemishes and things that they just need to get kind of like a chemical peel. So we have both a chemical peel as well as a laser peel to give you that glow that you
age
desire.
rejuvenation?
Absolutely.
Part of it.
Absolutely.
Wow. It's almost like a one-stop shop.
It is.
With you.
It is.
What about Botox? Don't you
So
have Botox
we offer
as
Botox
well?
services. So we offer all the different types of Botox services, as well as a little bit of filler too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So usually have the Botox with the filler that goes along with it.
Wow. So you had mentioned to me that you have one of the only services that you do everything in the Bowie area. So is that one of the services, or is that what you're saying, all or maybe one of the services you just mentioned? So you have a slew of
We have a
services.
slew of services. So we would like to coin ourselves as the one-stop shop for everything health. and
Okay.
wellness and beauty.
Okay.
And so in the Bowie area, I don't know of another spa that offers primary care services, so you can see your doctor and take care of those issues with high blood pressure and cholesterol, and then walk over to another room and get treated by our master estheticians on giving you that full diamond glow facial that makes you feel like you're 20 years younger.
Please make me 20 years younger.
So we offer all mind, body, and soul. We try to capture it all in one location.
What about teleservices? Like if there's someone, hey, I'm just not able to drive in, or that person, there's still people in fear from COVID that still don't want to go outside of their house still. What about that person? Do you have like a, where they can be online and to do your consultation?
Absolutely, yes. So we offer full telehealth services.
Okay.
And our telehealth services can be done both with primary care, as well as with mental health, and even consultation for beauty.
Okay.
So with our telehealth, I find it very convenient, particularly after the COVID epidemic that had hit, that individuals sometimes may not want to leave their home, or they're too sick to leave their home. So they would call in, schedule an appointment with one of our doctors, one of our primary care specialists, and they would describe what's going on with them and get their medications directly sent to the pharmacy.
Oh my God.
So they never have to leave their home, and certain
yeah.
pharmacies will even deliver.
Okay.
So you can stay right at home and never leave your house and get treated for your medical symptoms, as well as get your medications right to your door.
That is comforting, you know, to know that, because normally you have to run around and let me schedule an appointment. This doctor, and now let me go over to this doctor, and now let me get my facial over here, and that's amazing. So how many doctors are on board? Is this, you know, how many doctors are pretty much on board?
Yeah. So we have a conglomerate of so we have 3 doctors, and we have a set of nurse practitioners as well, who specialize in both primary care as well as mental health services. As well as we have mental health counselors and clinical psychologists to meet those needs as well. The interesting thing is our clinical psychologists, they also specialize dealing with children as well. One of our psychologists is double board certified in school and child health.
Like
and so they
physical exams, is that what
correct?
Okay.
Yes, as well as mental health as well. So it's a one-stop shop for that as well.
That is important to have. Children you can specialize and help kids as well with their mental health and
correct.
And so is it consultation, or is it? That's not medication. Is that just prescribed medication?
So we like to start with having a conversation. And kind of just really seeing what's going on with each individual. So we could personally tailor-make some sort of resolution to what's going on with them. Yeah.
And what are the results? Like, what are your clients' results? So, you know, coming to your facility, what are the results?
So we've had some amazing results. Both we've had some professional healthcare providers come to us and just give us glowing results from their weight loss treatment, for example. We had one young lady who was determined to lose that weight before that vacation, and she was able to lose a good 30-40 pounds within a 4-month period. And so we encourage healthy weight loss. And then we had another young lady who had self-esteem issues. The way she looked and the way she presented, and after receiving some of our facials, and that she was able to also access both services, so both the mental health as well as the aesthetic services. You know, it's like talking to a new person.
Wow.
That confidence is now
building
there.
Building confidence with that woman. That is amazing. I'm surprised she lost 34 pounds. I just got back from vacation and wanted to lose. I didn't lose not 1 pound before the vacation. Got on a cruise ship and overate.
Ooh, the cruise ship will definitely do it to you. I love cruises, but
that is important, and that is awesome to hear that you know, women are able to come to your health facility and get the results.
Absolutely.
Now, is it for men as well? Is it more so women only, or is it for men health as well?
So I use myself as an example. Our med spa is for everyone.
Okay.
And so I had my first Diamond Glow facial for the first time, and to be very truthful, I fell asleep on the table.
And
it
your
felt
skin
so
was
relaxing, and it just and I was actually pleasantly surprised at all the impurities that are on our skin. And
Wow.
when I was done, the esthetician said, "Hey, Mr. Gardner, look at all this gunk that was on your skin." And I thought, "Hey, I wash my face every day and do all the right things," but you'll be surprised in the pores and various things like that, how the toxins are there.
That is amazing. So you're able actually to see it, like what came off your skin, and like, oh wow, like that's better than Noxzema.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
So I encourage every man to go out there and try it. It's life changing. It's amazing. And yeah, and it's relaxing too.
Sounds amazing. So January with Simply Bowie Magazine is always the kickoff of health and wellness.
Yes.
For the season. You know, everyone wants to start the new year off, you know, losing weight or going to the gym and eating right, etc. So actually what I'm planning on for the entire next year, 2025, I'm going to have a segment in Simply Bowie Magazine that's going to have a certain department of health and wellness in every issue.
Wow, that's important.
It's very important. It's very important, especially since COVID. You know,
Absolutely.
People are now really wanting to hone in and take care of themselves at all times now. June, for the month of June, I'm probably going to tap you for that month of June. It's always the men's issue.
Yes.
And we've always had it where a man is next to a barbecue grill. It's like, it's like, gentleman issue. We want to have our first men's health issue.
Oh, wow,
where
that's
big.
big.
It's important that men take care of themselves as well. And so I think that's important. What are your thoughts of having like a men's all health issue?
Yeah, I think that's actually, you hit the nail on the head. I think that's so important. As men, we focus on all these things, and I'll tell you a story. We had a gentleman who came in, and he had just gotten himself a brand new Porsche, and he was very happy, and his wife was there, and he talked about, just completing his man cave, and football season is now, and he's going to enjoy all that.
Yes.
But then his wife kind of burst his bubble and said, "Hey, honey, why don't we address that type 2 diabetes that you have?"
Ooh.
With all that football food that you're eating, do you not want to get on a healthy?
Yeah,
exactly. And so as men, we tend to shy away from the doctor, but so NuPathway is a non-threatening area for men. You come in there and sit down, and we look at your health overall, and we kind of come up with a prescription specifically for you, as a male, to help you with your men's health. Because a lot of times as men, we don't really focus on our health until it's too late. We're sick or laying in the bed.
Right.
Yes, that's very important.
That is very important. So do you think I know with kids when they go to the dentist, they're nervous with the grinding of the teeth. Well, what is it about it with a man? Is it that makes them scared of the doctor? Is it more so you have to really make them feel comfortable? What is those steps for them?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it has to do with men tend to see themselves as providers. They see themselves as being macho.
Right.
And so to use that term. And so they don't want to know or admit sometimes that they do have challenges health-wise.
Yes.
And because admitting to it is then the step of saying, hey, you know what? I need to change certain things with my behavior.
My eating habits
my habits, my sleep, the way in which I interact with my family. And so a lot of times, because we don't like to change and we don't want to admit to it, so we ignore it. We put our hands on our heads, hey, it doesn't really exist until we have those issues.
And it's like you said, it's too late.
Correct.
Right. So I applaud you for making sure everybody in the family can come to your health facility.
Yes.
The women, kids, and the men. You have all the services. So I really definitely applaud you for that. Now, with your services, is it insured, non-insured? How does that work? If there's so many business owners right now with non-insured. How does that work as far as if they want to come in, or they turned away? How does that pretty much work?
That's a great question,
Yes.
and that's very big in healthcare now. Healthcare is expensive, and so
Yes, it is.
We've pride ourselves in we accept most insurances.
Okay.
So we accept at least 20 different types of insurances,
20 different types.
including, and even though we're based in Maryland, we even accept DC Medicaid.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
That's
so
good yeah.
I always tell everyone, come in. So our aesthetic services is a cash-based business. However,
Okay.
there's a way of addressing that
Okay.
with insurance.
Okay.
So I'll tell you a trick. What
Yeah.
you do is you come in and you get a physical, right?
Okay,
And
so
so
with
we
your
address
physical-
we find out where your baseline
Right,
is.
okay.
And after we find out where your baseline, which your insurance will pay for,
Right. Okay.
then we can address some of the aesthetic stuff. And a lot of insurance companies, for example, after we take your labs and you do your physical, they realize, hey, you're bordering diabetic. They will actually pay the insurance companies for a weight loss program.
Okay.
As well as there are a lot of companies right now that will also pay for it. And as
excellent.
well as a lot of times people forget that you can use your flex spending as well.
Okay.
So that's another method,
another avenue as well.
of taking care of it without coming out of pocket for a lot. And some of that carries over into the aesthetic world.
That is amazing. That is good to know, because that could be a scare alone with people just sit at home and just let their sickness progress, because it's like, I don't have insurance,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
You know, so I have all these other bills and I don't have insurance, so I'm just going to put some rubbing alcohol on this today.
which is very classical. Yeah.
So
we've
this
taken all that into account as well. So we actually also created a cheaper alternative to healthcare, because we've been doing healthcare for a very long time, and we understand that cost in finances is a big deal. So we created a very affordable option, which is a subscription program.
Okay.
So it's an $80 a month subscription program.
Okay.
And you can get all the basic services covered for that $80. So you can see a doctor, you can do telehealth,
That is
you can get diagnosed, assessed, your labs read. So it gives a cheaper alternative to if you don't have insurance.
Okay.
So
and
that
would
we
make
encourage
sure
it.
top. Is this your only location, the one in Bowie, Maryland?
Yes, it is. But
The way
we're
you
looking.
said that was like,
yes,
I'm not trying.
yes, no. We're actually working towards growing.
Okay.
In further into the Oxon Hill area, closer to the National Harbor.
Okay.
So we are looking at a location in that area.
Cover the DC, Oxon Hill, National
Harbor,
Harbor area.
correct.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And what is the key? I'm going to pivot a little bit with you, Owen. What is the key to your success? What really makes you so grounded, passionate about what you do? Like, if you saw a teenager walking here right now today, like, what would be what you tell them as far as, it's not so much as just opening up a business store today.
No.
What are your habits, your key to success?
If I have to be very candid, my key to success is my belief in God. God, everything starts and begins with faith and belief in God.
Okay.
And so I believe too much is given, much is required. And that the two biggest commandments, love for God and love for man. And so seeing each person as not a disease, but as an individual, that needs help, and if we're there to help them, why not help them?
And serve the community.
Correct. Services is our biggest. I tell everyone my management style is servant leadership.
Yes, that is just absolutely amazing. Owen, I really appreciate your time today. I'm going to ask you right now, because I know Thanksgiving's approaching.
Yes.
What is something your main dish that you're going to make doing for Thanksgiving next? What are your dishes you're going to make next week that you're going to sit back? You're not going to count calories. And
oh boy. So this year I've done different types of turkeys. Traditionally I would do a nice yummy fried turkey, but this year I said, since it's health and wellness, and I'm so inundated in health and wellness, I'm going to try a air fried turkey this year. But that's going to take a little bit of time, though.
Yeah.
And make sure we season it well and put all the herbs and spices and let it sit there and marinate and hopefully it'll hit the
be
spot.
amazing. And what are some of the sides?
Sides,
are you
oh
gonna do
boy.
more Jamaicans foods?
So
with the
so we're
sides, or
going
are
to
you
do
gonna
more of
mix it up?
a Caribbean American fusion.
I love it.
Caribbean American fusion. So we will have some of the jerk seasonings and the green seasonings mixed in. But of course, I have to have my candy yams.
Got it.
And my collard greens.
Collard greens.
So
okay.
we're gonna have the
mixture.
traditional, but we're gonna throw a little bit of Caribbean spices in there and
I love
just
it.
spice it up a little bit.
I love it. One of my favorite dishes is I do my grandmother's cornbread dressing. Cornbread dressing made from scratch.
Ooh, I love cornbread dressing.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm gonna have to send
Oh,
you some.
yes,
the
please.
Stuff in your turkey.
Please, I will drive by for that.
Absolutely. Tell everyone your website, address,
Sure.
where they can locate you. Go ahead and tell
Sure,
them exactly
absolutely.
where to reach you.
Yeah, we would love for you to reach out to us. We're at NuPathway, NuPathwayMedSpa.com. And you can reach us there, NuPathwayMedSpa.com, and it shows us all, it'll open up the world to all of our services, as well as we're
Nice.
located in the Bowie area. So we're located at 14300 Gallant Fox Lane, Suite 202, and that's in Bowie. That's right behind the McDonald's on the corner of 197 and 450. Just as a landmark.
Owen, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you, and I'm glad you came on to the show today.
I appreciate
and I'm
it.
looking forward to definitely seeing you again. Our next one, we're going to do like an on location.
Oh, that would be
visit
wonderful.
your office. Yes. Okay.
Wonderful. I'm excited to talk about men's health, mental health, because that's a huge issue that we need to address as men.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Enjoy the show today, ladies and gentlemen, with the Simply Bowie Magazine. We'll see you for the next show. Have a good evening.